So let's assume that you are building an application and you want to do it securely for various reasons. So as many people on the planet, as many businesses on the planet, there are different incentives. Why would you want to do security? You may want to do this because your customers are asking you to do this. Maybe you have security background and you care about privacy. You know that security is important on the market. Maybe you want to do this because of regulations such as GDPR that put strong requirements on you in terms of how you process customers' data and all of that. So there are many reasons why you may want to implement security processes. A lot of companies used to approach security as a black box, as something you just take as a product and you instill into your product, and now you are magically done, you are safe. And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way, and it's not the most cost-effective way of doing security. If you were to ask me, hey, Dawid, how can I improve security of my code? I'm going to answer you following way. Listen, there are many options. Vulnerability assessments, penetration tests, bug bounties, red teaming operations, offensive security operations, automated tools, and there is actually working out the code. So when you want me to help you secure the code, I'm not going to tell you, hey, so buy testing services to test your code. I'm going to tell you, you should try to improve quality of your code. And how do you do that? First, you start with software engineers training. You want to make sure that everyone is aware and conscious of potential security flaws. In my experience, most security flaws don't happen because software engineers don't want to invest time in security. Most often than not, they aren't just aware of potential security issues. So they are builders. They build stuff, they write code, they want to do it well. But if you haven't taught them that there may be a security problem with their code, and there is something such as security problem, security issue, flaw, vulnerability, then how do you expect them to provide high quality code that is also secure? So software quality, definition of software quality differs between each individual working in software industry. For some people who had some exposure to testing practices like BDD, TDD, and so on, they will invest their time into making sure that their code is more secure. And that's awesome. However, the security awareness, the awareness around security coding isn't that popular. So we are not talking about it enough. And in order to improve the quality of your code, except of doing regular unit tests, functional tests, integration tests, and all that stuff that they're already doing, you should also implement security tests in all those type of tests you are doing. And also, except of that just tests, teach employees how they write code to avoid security issues from happening in the first place. That's the most robust protection. Why would you want to wait a couple of months until the whole product is ready, when you can just teach your engineers to write the code securely, so you don't need to refactor it? In my experience and experience in many of my friends in security industry, that's the most effective way of ensuring highly secure products. Not by waiting for penetration test, not by waiting for someone to discover a flaw and then you fix it, but by instilling security processes and mindset, foremost important mindset, into SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. This is how I do it. You tell your software engineers, here are resources where you can make yourself aware of the potential security flaws. Read those documents and make sure that you understand everything. If you don't, let us know. We'll explain it to you. Some people will do it, some won't, but one person is better than zero. This is how you should approach remotely everything in life. 1% is better than zero. One person that knows how to code securely is better than zero. Why? Because if you have code review practices, and you should, then that one person who's aware of security issues may help spread this knowledge among his coworkers or her coworkers. Because if someone is doing a code review and is aware of potential security issues, then they are going to bring it up to the attention of others. And this is how you scale your knowledge. You don't need to everyone to learn about security. You teach 3-5 people in your organization, depending on the size of your organization, and those people will populate this knowledge. That's one. You give them tools so they can test it easily. So you provide them with tools for dynamic security testing of the existing application that's deployed somewhere. We are talking here now about tools such as Burp Suite, OpenZap, Arachne, and SQL Map, XSS Tester. There is a whole variety of tools that you can use to test your software against security flaws. There is a bunch of them. If you write just DAST in Google, you will find many of them. You provide them tools, both software engineers and QA engineers, which they can use. And within a couple of minutes, without the burden of configuration and all these problems that people usually think will come with security testing, you give them the tools that are ready to be used. And you teach them that when the product is ready, when the code is deployed, they are ought to run those tests. It takes a couple of minutes. It will give them some insights into how it's done. Then you also provide them with static analysis security testing, which are tools to make sure that there are no vulnerabilities in code, because not all security flaws can be identified externally. Some issues are deep issues with how the code was written and cannot be easily found, identified by external tests and external tools. You give them those tools, they paste their code, and they see which line has potential security flaws. This is how you start it, this is how you build it. And after a bunch of iterations, after integrating those tools into your CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery pipelines, to make sure that you are not wasting too much time of your software engineers and testers, you received quite robust framework for security tests. Once you have all of this ready and you made sure to catch all those low-hanging fruits, you may now want to hire external penetration testing company that's going to perform professional penetration tests and provide you a list of flaws and the steps to remediate them in the short and long term. So don't go after penetration tests. Don't wait until you've built the whole application to hire penetration testers, because that's expensive. However, what you can do now is to use a lot of open source tools, very easy to use, run them against your product, code base, deployed application, and see what pops up. If nothing pops out, awesome, I'm proud of you. If something pops out, you fix it. You fix it not only in that one place, you fix it in all places where the same issue may arise. So improve your frameworks, coding guidelines in your organization, write it down, share with others. If you want help with doing this, if you want help with ensuring that your SDLC, each phase of SDLC is more secure, because you realize that later in SDLC bug is identified, it's much more expensive to fix it. If you catch an issue in design phase and you catch it after 5 minutes of discussion, you just change the design and now you have a secure product. If you find a bug in the code while writing it, you can change the code, you can release the product securely. If you wait till the very last phase of SDLC, now the cost is exponentially higher, because now you need to change a lot of things that were done previously. Now you may need to rewrite some tests, now you may need to change a code that programmer has left company in the meantime, so you need to use some other person, have them learn about the code base to actually make the change. Sometimes you may even need to change the whole design of the product, which means that you just wasted a couple of weeks or months even while building the product that turned out to be inherently insecure. So if you are looking for someone to help you, we can help you with that. We have professionals who are software engineers, penetration testers, security architects. We have the knowledge and know-how to help you and guide you through the whole process. So if you need help with building secure program, let us know. We can help you with that. But do not wait till the very last day with security testing. And I'm telling it because I care about your business and I want your business to flourish, to grow fast. And I don't want you to waste time on penetration tests, which may lead to changing the whole structure of your application and increasing the cost of software engineering processes. So start as early as possible, because that's the most cost-effective way of doing things. And if you need any help, let us know. We are here for you. That's it for today. In the next episode, I'm going to share with you some information about how to choose between penetration tests, vulnerability assessments, and bug bounties, because maybe you just want to do those things. Maybe you have built your product already, and I want to help you with that either. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you next time.